Closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम स्टूडेंट्स, बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। उम्मीद है आप सब लोग खैरियत से होंगे। आज की इस वीडियो में मैं क्लास 12 सेकेंड ईयर इंग्लिश अनीस हुसैन प्रिपरेशन पेपर आप लोगों के साथ में डिस्कस करूँगा। ठीक है, सेक्शन में तो क्या वो MCQs होते हैं 720 मार्क्स के, तो जो है वो आप लोगों को बुक के पीछे से करने होंगे। मैं कोशिश करूँगा कि मैं बुक के पीछे से उसके MCQs भी आप लोगों के साथ सॉल्व कर लूँ, क्योंकि पेपर्स आप लोगों के शुरू होगा। मैं थोड़ा सा लेट हो गया हूँ सेकेंड ईयर की वीडियोस डालने में, क्योंकि मेरे जो है ज़रा अपने पेपर्स चल रहे थे। ठीक है, तो अगर आप मेरे व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे ऐड नहीं तो मेरे व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे ऐड हो जाए। ऐड होने का तरीका सिंपल है, मैं डिस्क्रिप्शन में लिंक पोस्ट कर दूँगा, तो आप उस ग्रुप पे ऐड हो जाए विदाउट फीस। में कोई फीस नहीं ले रहा है, ठीक है। तो आप उसमें आपको इंपॉर्टेंट्स शेयर कर दूँगा, ठीक है। तो हम चैप्टर नंबर का ऐसे पहले हम क्या पोएम सेक्शन से चल रहे थे। 7 एजेस ऑफ मैन, व्हाट इज़ द फिलोसफी बिहाइंड द पोएम, what is the message of the poem Seven Days of Man? According to William Shakespeare, how does the man appear in the first and second stages? Give the description of fourth and fifth stages. How does the man behave in sixth and seventh stages? A man of life upright. What are the qualities of an upright man? How does an upright man consider the world? Why does an upright man not require any rumor for defense? What is the culture or central idea of the poem? फिर आए Samson agnostic. Who was Samson? How was he made a captive? What do you know about Samson's supernatural powers? What did Samson request his guide during intermission? How did Samson take revenge upon the enemies? What feats were performed by Samson on the stage? An essay on a man. Why does God hide future from creature? What are the two gifts given by the God to, according to Pope? What does Pope said about death? What is the main idea of the poem? Why does the poet think the man's soul is uneasy and confined from whom? Chapter number 5 is the solitary reaper. Which what inspired the poet to compose the poem The Solitary Reaper? Who was the solitary reaper? What was she doing? How does William Wordsworth compare the song of the solitary reaper with the two birds? What does the poet mean by singing Will no one tell me what she sings? Question number 4 क्या है? Stops her or gently pass. Who is the speaker? To whom the words are spoken and why? फिर आते lines from Ulysses. Who was Ulysses? How did he inspire and address his mariners to go to the last voyage? Described made weak by the time and faith, but strong in will. Who was Achilles? How does the poet present the concept of Greek paradise in the poem? How does Ulysses symbolize the human spirit as at its bravest and strongest? What is the message of the poem? फिर हम बढ़ते हैं chapter number 7 lines from Endymion. Give the list of the things that kids find most beautiful, or what is the different shapes of beauty that gives the joy according to John Keats, or what things of beauty did Keats find most inspiring? What is the main idea of the poem? Describe the beginning lines of a poem. A thing of beauty is joy forever, its loveliness increases, and or why does the poet think what that loneliness or beauty increases with time? Who was Andy Man? What did the poet take him as a central figure of his poem? Poem number 8 के Music When Soft Voice Dies. Who was Shelley illustrate that beauty is eternal? How does the sweet flowers live even after they become dried? How does Shelley express his love and for his beloved in the poem? Explain the line, and so thy thoughts when thou art gone, love itself shall slumber on. What is the theme of the poem? Number 9 के say not the struggle, naughty availed. What does the poet advise that say not to the struggle, not availed? What are the examples given by the poet message theme in the poem? Say not the struggle availed in the poem of hope discuss. Is the poem of hope discuss? If hopes were dupes, fears may be liars. Explain the line in your own words. What do the tired waves symbolize in the poem? Point number 10. What is the message? The lost of what is the message and idea of the poem? Why does the poet feel that he has become a different man as compared to the man in early life? What does the poet says that our forefathers were superior to all creatures in the poem? तो यहाँ पे पोइट्री सेक्शन फिनिश हुआ। हम चलते हैं प्रॉस सेक्शन की तरफ। 20 minutes with मिसेस ओकेंटप। Describe the scene in the railway waiting room. Give the description of the man. What are the views of the lady about the casual meeting? What is the purpose? Why did Mrs. Okentum spend 18 months in prison? What purpose did the meeting with the Korean girl give the gentleman? Explain the importance of label and what did she hide it? Why did the man kill Mrs. Okentup, or what motive has the man for murdering Mrs. Okentup? Is the woman cleverer than the man in the play? Chapter number 2 क्या है? Reflexes on the reawakening East. What is the insularity of European historians to term the century of dark ages? What is Britain Russell's advice to the Asian country? What should Asian countries accept from the West? What reason does Russell gives for the opinions that the Asian nation will not be found it hard to keep their independence? Why it is useless to resist industrialization? What is the most important sister application of scientist techniques? Chapter number 3, Pakistan and the modern world. Briefly give reasons why Muslim desire not to continue living in an undivided India. What difference did Liaquat Ali Khan highlighted in the speech between Hindus and Muslims? What is the meaning of word freedom? What is the first duty as citizen? Our administration machinery had to be built up from the scratch. How did Liaquat Ali Khan describe the similarity between the young democracy in Pakistan and struggle for independence in America in his speech? The day the dam broke, chapter number 4. Where and how did the panic start in the Columbus city? How did the panic start in the cinema? How did the Trumber mother cope up with the situation? How did the Mr. Dr. Mallory think that flood water were about to engulf him? How long the panic did last, and how was the order restored? What can we gather about Trumber grandfather age, physics and mental condition? Chapter number 5, The World as I See It. What is Einstein's attitude towards the leadership and democracy? What is the political ideas of Einstein? On what grounds Einstein put the individual before the state? What is the Einstein attitude towards the world? What is the attitude of Einstein towards the property, outward success and luxury? What is the attitude of Einstein toward the class difference in plain living? The devoted frame. What justification did the miller give not for visiting hands in summer, or what was the idea of the miller when people are in trouble, or what when do the first suspect that Miller was fair weather friend? Why does Hans unable to look after his garden? Which act of Miller caused Hans to lose his life? Give brief sketch of Hans and the gardener. इन्हें पूरा करेक्टर स्केच लिखना है हैंस का और गार्डनर का. फिर हम चैप्टर नंबर 7 पे आते हैं. एक्ट 3 ऑफ द सिल्वर बॉक्स. What crime had committed in the play? What led the constable to arrest the charge James John and as well as Jane Jones? What picture has the author presented in the play? What is the role of Mr. Barthwick in the play? Who was Marlowe? What facts did Marlowe evidence established in the play? Do you think justice was done with Jones family? फिर हम यहाँ पे हमारी जो है प्रॉस खत्म होता है. फिर हम चलते प्ले प्रिजनर ऑफ जेंडा यानी नॉवेल की तरफ. तो इसके जो ये क्वेश्चंस हैं ये मैं आप लोगों को स्टेट 3 क्वालिटीज ऑफ रफ रेजेंडल 2. You are 9 and 20. You have done nothing. To whom does Lady Rose state? What does she mean about the above mark? Where and when and where do the two Rolf meet for the first time? What led Resendel 2 to impersonate the king, or what pursued Resendel 2 to impersonate the king? What other steps were taken by the call sept to save the throne? What does Fritz von Therlem mean by saying the heaven does not always mean the right man king? How did the real king become captive or kidnapped, and why? Describe 3 qualities of Princess Flavia. What is ball? Why was it arranged? Describe the incident of tea table. Describe the incident of summer house. Or what did Lady Muban write a letter to Resendel 2 or summer house? Or what did Lady Muban turns against Michael or help Resendel 2? यानी इस टाइप से भी क्या क्वेश्चन पेपर में आ सकते हैं. इन लोगों ने और करके लिखा है. व्हाट वर द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ माइकल हु किल्ड ब्लैक माइकल एंड व्हाई? डिस्क्राइब amorganatic marriage. How did Resendel behave as a king when he takes part in the procession before the coronation? Do you consider Rauf Elberg the best king? Say I am a Christian or I am a jealous. My God, shall I see her? See him marry her? Discuss about the statement which reference to the constant context. Why did Madame de Mauban not want Michael ascend the throne? Who were the six and why were they were appointed? Rupert is dashing daredevil comment comparing Elberg and Rizandel to, यानी आपको कंपैरिजन करना है उनकी क्वालिटीज में. ठीक है. फिर क्वेश्चन नंबर 20, हाँ 21. Why did Black Michael not expose the reality of Rizandel to? Question number 22. Heaven does not always make the right man king. Discuss the marks. ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे प्रॉस पोएट्री प्ले खत्म. अब हम चलते हैं ग्रामर की तरफ. ग्रामर में क्या आपको होमोफोन्स, 5 फ्रेजल वर्ब्स इन योर सेंटेंसेस और क्या गिव द मीनिंग ऑफ द फॉलोइंग वर्ड्स. इन लोगों ने आप लोगों को प्रैक्टिस करवाए हुए हैं. मैं इंशाल्लाह इसमें सर्च करके आप लोगों के साथ शेयर करता हूँ. फिर सेक्शन सी की तरफ आते हैं. उसमें तो ये कि आपको नरेशंस दी होंगी डायरेक्ट इनडायरेक्ट. ऐसे लिखना होगा. इसमें उन्होंने दिया हुआ टेररिज्म, इंटरेस्टिंग मैच ऑफ PSL 8, इम्पैक्ट ऑफ क्लाइमेट चेंज, रोल ऑफ सोशल मीडिया, स्ट्रीट क्राइम्स और इन्फ्लेशन. और क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 का राइट डाउन द फॉलोइंग पैसेज, यानी आपको एक पैसेज दिया हुआ है, इसको आपको रीड करना है, उसका आपको आंसर देने हैं. ठीक है. तो यहाँ मैंने आप लोगों के साथ सेकेंड ईयर क्लास 12 अनीस हुसैन इंग्लिश के प्रिपरेशन पेपर आप लोगों के साथ डिस्कस करती है. उम्मीद आप लोगों को समझ में आ गया होंगे. ठीक है. तो अगर आप मेरे व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे ऐड नहीं हो तो मेरे व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे ऐड हो जाए. ऐड होने का तरीका सिंपल है. डिस्क्रिप्शन में लिंक पोस्ट कर दूंगा. उस लिंक को आप क्लिक करें, डायरेक्ट मेरे ग्रुप में ऐड हो जाए. कोई फीस मैं चार्ज नहीं कर रहा, तो आप लोगों में वहाँ से ये सारे इंपॉर्टेंट शेयर भी कर दूँगा. ठीक है. तो अगर आप मेरे चैनल पर नए हैं तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, बेल आइकन को प्रेस कीजिए ताकि कि आपको हर नए नए वीडियो की अपडेट मिलती रहे. मेरी वीडियो को लाइक कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए. कन्फ्यूजन मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन या इंस्टाग्राम में पूछ सकते हैं. मिलते हैं अगली वीडियो में. अपना बहुत बहुत ख्याल रखिएगा. अल्लाह हाफिज़.
Behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.